Caliper CBD powder is the only clinically proven fast-acting CBD. When we first got the powder for the drinks and the food, I thought there couldn't possibly be any better CBD product in the world. And then Caliper sent me their Swift sticks, flavored packets that go straight onto the tongue.
Let me see you put that on your tongue. Well, let me see that.
And Mark is making the drink as well.
Look how much I stirred it. 2 seconds.
So fast. Immediately ready. Let's go. Here we go. Cheers. No matter how you like to take Caliper CBD, you're going to love it. Caliper delivers 30 times more CBD in the first 30 minutes versus CBD oil. Always THC free. Feel better without the high. No weird taste. No oily residue. Mixes easily into any food or drink. All natural, vegan, non-GMO, free of fillers, added chemicals, or artificial flavors. You can try Caliper CBD risk-free for 30 days. If you don't love it, they'll give you a full refund. That's trycaliper.com/factor. Don't forget promo code FACTOR for 20% off your first order.
Good morning
and welcome to another episode of Hard Factor. It is Thursday, May 20th, 2021, episode number 693 of Hard Factor. I'm Will. We got Mark, Pat, and Wes. Bubba is off tonight.
Will, let me stop you right there and wish you a big old honking happy fucking birthday.
Oh,
from your co-hosts here at Hard Factor.
Thank you.
Yes, happy birthday, buddy.
Happy birthday, Will.
I appreciate it. Appreciate it, fellas. It is my birthday.
What are you gonna do?
Days, I'm probably just gonna watch the baby.
Well, we have to. We were going to interview Grady Judd, but he has some big fish to fry. I don't know if we can talk about it yet, but it'll be next week now.
Yeah, Grady's dealing with some business.
So you can sleep in on your birthday.
I will. I'll sleep in. I'll sleep in. I'll think about Grady Judd. Also, I'll think about what observances it is besides my birthday today, which is Brown Bag It Thursday, which is, I don't know. That's the
is that like a from the financial wokeness community? Like, bring your lunch on Thursday. Don't eat out.
It's either about bringing your lunch or about drinking outside in a brown. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Is it about fucking ugly chicks?
Oh, that's true. One of the three.
If you're drinking outside, you don't know what day it is out of a brown bag. It's not that. It's lunch. It's lunch related. It's got to be.
Okay. I'm not ruling anything out.
Yeah. I think it's liquor.
Put a bag over her head.
You think that once a week, once a year, people are like, "Yeah, today's the day. I'm gonna drink out of a
pint of liquor
bag."
You know what? I'm gonna brown bag it out back today.
Right.
You know, I think it's up to your own interpretation. Brown bag, however you want. It's also Everyone Draw Muhammad Day, International Hummus Day.
Shit.
Weird how.
Let's not do that.
Draw Muhammad Day. Ooh.
Yeah. World Bee Day, and yeah. Those are the days. Things to watch out for.
World Bee Day.
Yeah, fuck that day.
You don't like bees, Wes?
No, I'm okay with bees. I don't like wasps and hornets. Honey bees I can deal with.
Okay. Yeah.
But very beneficial. Very beneficial.
Honey's delicious. I've been
honey
eating
is
a lot
delicious.
more of it. You know what's great? Putting honey on your chicken. Fat Boy Summer. # Fat Boy Summer.
Wes, I can't believe that you're one of the guys that buys into the big lie conspiracy that honeybees are necessary for the earth to sustain food and stuff.
Pat, you must have missed it.
Oh, really?
Wes uses bees like as his basis of reality. He's like, the only reason I know that like the earth is real is because of bees, right? Like,
yeah. It's one of God's greatest creations.
I'm with you, Wes.
He's in shock and awe of them.
I want to read into it.
Hornets and wasps are just to keep us on our toes.
Right. Bees are for our benefit. I'm with Wes on this one. Also, if you want to get in on the trivia happy hour this Friday, remember, send in the card here, patreon.com/hardfactor. Going to be super fun. Trivia happy hour this Friday night.
What's up with the crypto show? I know we filmed it and I thought it was really good, but is it hard to do in post? Like,
I'll be honest with you. Haven't looked at it. Gonna look at it later on today and hopefully get it out today. I think that's possible. It might be a Training Wheels episode, but yeah, we'll get it out.
Okay.
It is fun. Danny is super knowledgeable.
It's going to be a good show.
Yes.
It's going to be a great show.
It's going to be great. Going to be totally crypto focused. But luckily, if we don't get it out today, we're going to talk a little crypto in the buzz. You guys got anything else before we get going?
Just really happy that it's your birthday, bud.
Oh, thanks, Pat. Really appreciate that. Now let's do the news. First up is the Daily Buzz. Buzz. Honorable mentions in the buzz today. Lollapalooza is back. And the lineup is out. As long as you're vaccinated, you can get a ticket there.
You see the big surprise on the lineup?
I did not check out the actual. I just saw that it was out. What is it?
Tupac hologram?
No, you guys hated on me. You hated on me that I kept listening to Limp Bizkit, and it's come back around because Limp Bizkit will be rocking the set like Russian roulette. When you're broken, you're done. In Chicago this summer. So
I'm just gonna break some shit tonight.
It's gonna be quite a mosh pit.
Fred Durst is like 52 now, isn't he?
So
it's gonna, Wes. No, you're right. It's gonna be so many torn ACLs in that mosh pit.
Yeah.
So many like Gen X dudes just breaking their legs.
Oh man, but just seeing how the tattoos have aged, seeing how the tribals and the Chinese characters have aged.
When they play when they play Nookie, the knees are gonna break.
Yeah,
I did it all for the Nookie.
Come on.
Also, Friends is doing a reunion. It's going to HBO Max.
Poor Matthew Perry, I heard, was slurring his words.
Oh, I saw that video.
He was like staring off into space. Oh,
how
shocked me.
You can usually tell how he's doing with his recovery based upon what his weight is. How is he looking?
That's true.
He looks like shit.
Because he was like a semi-pro tennis player. Like he would have gone pro as a tennis player if he didn't become an actor. Like, so if he's fat, he's clean. If he's skinny,
he's also like 51, but he's not clean.
No, he's not clean.
He might wander into the Limp Bizkit mosh pit on accident.
Yeah.
All right. Here's the real buzz today. Number 5, Texas is making abortions illegal as early as 6 weeks from conception. So pretty much just illegal. Pretty much. I mean, not sure the details of the law, but that is very early. Like, might not know you're pregnant yet early. So keep that in mind.
Yeah. What was it called? The wait a minute, I just found out law.
Yeah, it was.
It's the heartbeat law, right? That's when the heartbeat shows up.
It's called the "you're not going to college" law.
Right.
Yeah, it's called the "we're really confident in this new Supreme Court that we can do what we want now" law in Texas.
Mm-hmm.
Great state of Texas. That's what they're doing. Number 4, keeping it in politics, the House of Representatives federally voted 252 to 175 to create an independent commission to examine the January 6th Capitol riots on Wednesday. That vote total means that 35 Republicans voted for the commission, but Mitch McConnell, Senate Minority Leader, is saying that he's against it. And even moderate Republican senators are also saying they're against the current version of the bill as well, that it's not acceptable to them. Too partisan, they say. The Dems need 10 Republican senators to vote for it to get it going. So basically, it's not going to happen.
McConnell had said yesterday that he might be open to it if, depending on the fine print. So I guess that he read the fine print.
On Wednesday, he came out and said, yeah, the fine print is atrocious, my friend.
It's not very fine.
Yeah.
Not like my suit and the thread count thereof.
Yeah. He's got the rest of the senators saying the same thing, basically.
But what's the beef with it? It's a good thing, right?
They're creating a commission. Here's something else they're saying. Apparently, there's already a committee to investigate the riots, but they want to add a commission. So a lot of the senators are like, why do you need the commission on top of the committee? It's pointless. Plus, I don't like the wording. Not going to pass. Tim Ryan is screaming on the floor about it on the House side, Trump being a bipartisan issue that they have to deal with. Republicans are trying to ignore like Trump altogether in general. So,
but
that's what's going on.
It's hard. I mean, like that's why people are resisting. Like that's why Kevin McCarthy was resisting this because of the Trump base. But if you're one of these people that are potentially going to be on trial for this, you want a committee, a commission. You want everything because that's the only way you're not going to get fucking slapped with the largest penalty possible.
If there's already a committee, go ahead, Mark.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like what I was saying at the end of the other show. For me, like, like the day it happened, I was shaking my fist at the TV, and I was so angry, and I was like, throw the book at him. And now I'm just looking back on it. Besides the ones that were, like, really violent, I don't think the people that pull down statues deserve 10 years. I don't think the people that ran into the building deserve 10 years. Like, I don't really care anymore.
Maybe, like, in hindsight, it's not, it's, like, maybe emotionally charged it a little less. Yep. Also, I would say, like, the committee... Well, it's about justice, right? Well, Pat, that's my point. If instead of making a commission on top of a committee, if the D's really wanted Trump gone, why don't they just force a 14th Amendment vote, which they could party line him and he wouldn't be able to run again? So, like,
yeah, I don't know if it's about the running so much as like the influence, but I think they're afraid of his influence.
Committee on top of commission, or just kick him out altogether.
They should just go after the people that like brought in weapons, beat people up, killed cops or whatever. Like they should just go
Which
after the
they
ones
are,
they should go
right?
after. Yeah.
We
I think
talked
they
about
are,
they've
yeah.
already made record arrests.
Yeah. So what's going on with that? Who cares?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a great use of time they got going on there.
Well, again, I don't think they're going to get the 10 Republican senators that they need to get it passed. But Schumer says that they will vote on it eventually. That was number 4. Number 3 today is Demi Lovato. They have come out as non-binary and want to be referred to as them/they as their pronouns. I think I said that correctly, but it's, as you just heard, it's a little confusing because now it sounds like I'm talking about multiple people because they for non-binary is like the plural. So it's confusing, but that's Demi Lovato. Now,
Am I still allowed to get horned up by her? Because she's got an ass that won't quit.
you just broke the rule.
Sorry, by them.
Them.
My bad.
Yes, I think so. I don't think it prevents you from being horned up.
Demi's a good looking they.
There you go.
All right. Good for them. Who cares?
That's in bounds. Poop. All right. Number 2, Paul Mooney, legendary comedian and actor, has died at age 79. R.I.P. to Paul. Very funny on the Chappelle Show. That's what I know him from mostly. But I looked up his filmography. He's been in show business since the 70s. He was writing for Richard Pryor back in the day.
He was a really accomplished dude.
Yeah. Tons of stuff. I'd only just seen the Chappelle Show stuff.
He's hilarious.
He is hilarious.
Very funny. Yeah.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. Irreverent comedian. Very funny. All right. The number 1 trend in the buzz today is the Bitcoin price or the crypto crash, whatever you want to call it. Let's see. What's Bitcoin at? Can somebody pull up?
I'm looking at it right now.
All right. Well,
40,
Now what it
40?
should be, I'll tell you that shit.
it dropped as low as 30,000 on Wednesday.
35.7 right now.
35.7 as of the
that's-
time taping. 30,000, as low as 30,000 on Wednesday, May 19th. That's half, less than half, the all-time high from just a month ago on April 13th, I think.
We're actually going through another huge dip right now. Ethereum's at 22.
Ethereum at 22.
Doge
Yeah,
is at
200.
31. Yeah,
Wow.
we're going through another big dip right
They
as
said
we
$1
speak.
trillion got wiped out of the market. 1 trillion.
Yeah, massive market correction that came on the tails of Tesla stopping payments in Bitcoin last week for Teslas. And then this week, the Chinese government warning their banks that they should avoid using volatile cryptocurrency. That's the way they referred to it. They're basically deeming it fake money.
Well, I think because they want to launch their own currency.
Dad.
Yeah.
Yeah, we saw this
Jesus.
coming. They said they're
Correct,
going to launch
Pat,
their own
they do
digital.
want.
But dude, I swear, if you haven't, Google the videos of Chinese Bitcoin mining farms because these things are insane.
Yeah,
and
so
I,
they have a vested interest in it, right?
I don't
'Cause there
want
are
it.
a lot of
I don't
want
want
to
to do that.
in China.
you should. It'll freak you out. And then you'll look at the year that the video was made and you'll be like, damn, how
I'd
much
rather-
Bitcoin do they have?
I'd rather Google Demi Lovato butt.
Wait,
There
could
you go.
China be just getting all the Bitcoin and then they're gonna rug us? Is China gonna rug us?
What if
I
they're
don't know.
rugging the
That
world
was-
right now?
That was like the rumor they were fudding,
Yeah.
which you'll have to watch our show to know what fudding means, and that they
Yes.
were then buying back in after the
Yeah.
dip. And China is like, China's eating a lot of that 1 trillion. Ow.
So
China's
not only
now-
China, right? But China's
$1
out
for
there.
every person over there. You know what I mean?
yeah, exactly.
China's out there actively pushing some of this rhetoric, but the U.S. has also recently been talking shit about incoming regulations for crypto because they're calling it a tool for criminals, basically.
But that's for
Pipeline.
later. We're in now. Let that be later. Can I blow your mind about China real quick? Just blow your fucking mind.
Sure.
You guys know how big China's huge, right? Obviously,
It's
massive
big.
country. Guess how many time zones they got over there?
12.
2.
One.
One.
One time
Can't
zone.
be right.
Oh yeah, bro. Beijing time, single time zone. What up?
Oh, that's bullshit.
What kind of
people like-
fucked up shit is that?
Some people have the
Man.
sun up till like midnight all the time.
Yeah. It's fucked
Okay.
up.
Well, regardless of China's time zones, I know that we are all diamond handing because we're pretty invested in crypto. But is there any concern about incoming crushing regulations?
Major concern, Will.
Okay.
It's the only
All right, I
basket
thought
I,
I may have
got
been
my
alone
eggs
on
in.
that. Okay. All right. Good. So we all know that we may just lose everything. Okay.
Yeah.
Just-
I heard a rumor that Ethereum and Bitcoin might flip.
Wow.
Yeah, there you go. But from some guy that's invested in Ethereum.
Yes.
Yeah.
We are
Talking
not
about
financial
fees?
advisors.
I heard that.
by a handle at Joe Ethereum.
Yeah.
Demi
Ethereum
Ethereum.
to the moon.
We got some hot tips. We also all got hammered in the crypto crash.
Some British guy told me that online last night. And
There you go.
I right
Wes,
into it.
Wes, that's exactly what Wes wanted to hear.
I was like, how many time zones you got over there?
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's the buzz. Crypto was number one. And today's buzz was brought to you by our sponsor, Fast Growing Trees. You know about Fuckus to Ficus, the official hard factor tree in the Reno studio from Fast Growing Trees. Look at how luscious he is. In the corner there, his
Regal.
leaves have never been greener. This tree is the healthiest indoor plant I've ever owned by far, thriving immediately the second that I unboxed it. Unboxed it. Yes, it was shipped directly to my door like anything else you'd order online. Don't just skip the big box stores. Skip the trip to the nursery altogether and head to fastgrowingtrees.com, the world's largest online nursery. No more waiting in lines, messy cars, and digging through a lackluster selection. Just go to fastgrowingtrees.com, choose from thousands of varieties of trees, shrubs, and plants expertly curated to thrive in your area and delivered to your door in just 1 or 2 days. Indoor, outdoor, big, small, trees, plants, Fast Growing Trees has it all. And looking at their easily searchable online catalog is way more convenient than roaming through aisles and aisles of plants in a nursery. Planting season is here right now, so join over 1 million satisfied gardeners at fastgrowingtrees.com. Plus, the 30-day Alive and Thrive guarantee means your plants will arrive happy, healthy, and ready for planting. I know they do. Look at Fuckus the Ficus. He's very strong.
Well, I gotta point one thing out to you, which I never realized before, but
Yes.
the tree came in a box, which essentially is the equivalent of someone like calling a human a car and then the car arriving and it being made out of like human flesh and human bone and you having to ride in it. Think about it. For that tree, it's a cardboard box.
Right. But I
don't have trees don't have feelings, so it's not a big deal.
But if this was a car for a tree, it would be the perfect car. It'd be the Tesla of tree cars.
It's also surrounded by his dead brothers in a house.
Yeah.
You know, if you're going that way.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't get any of it. Okay, guys.
Hold on. And now, guys, it's planting season. And right now, through June 30th, go to fastgrowingtrees.com/factor for 15% off. That's 15% off at fastgrowingtrees.com/factor. Fastgrowingtrees.com/factor for 15% off.
Hell yeah. Ex-Marine Jesse Gabriel Marks, who does not look happy in his mugshot. No, he does not, does he? Is facing 30 years in prison for pimping out hundreds of prostitutes. Semper Fi Anus. Am I right?
Always up in the butt.
Hey. He was sentenced May 7th after pleading guilty in September to sex trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion, according to the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Eastern District of North Carolina, where he was doing it and living in North Carolina. NC, come on, raise up. You're not going to believe it, but Marks used drugs to coerce a lot of his prostitutes. He would give them drugs, and then if they had sex with people, and only if they did that and came back and brought him cash, he would give them more drugs.
Well,
so they were dependent on him. Yeah,
that's a pretty tried and true method. I feel
pretty standard. Yeah, pretty standard. That's why it works, though. You know, oldest.
It works.
It works. His operation went on for almost 2 decades, so it worked pretty well.
Whoa.
Starting pretty much immediately after he was discharged by the Marines in 2002, after 2 years of very undistinguished service, and he admitted to pimping at least 200 women, but some insiders are saying it was more like 600 women. Business was good for Marks.
Jeez, man.
Yeah, pretty good.
Gotta be a
This
lot
is in a
of pressure.
military town. Sorry.
Yeah, I think. Well, you'll hear. Yes is the answer to that. Marks also would give the women drug cocktails without their knowledge, on top of the heroin and meth that they were knowledgeable about, and then he would sexually assault them while they were unconscious or nearly unconscious, and then he'd record it on video because he's that type of guy.
He's also blackmailing them.
He's also just a monster. Yeah. He's not like a nice pimp.
That doesn't sound like a black. That sounds more like a sick memento for him. You know.
Yeah, that's how he gets off.
Are there ultra nice pimps?
Back. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's one or two, but Marks isn't one of them. I mean,
yeah, I mean, he's
like
ironic.
The extreme
actually,
opposite of that.
The nicest pimps are Marxists, right? Who share, and it's equal, not Marx.
Yeah. And
Imagine if there's just like a super nice pimp. He's like Mr. Rogers.
Hey, pay me later. Pay me next week. The majority of Marx's clients allegedly were military.
Oh, is this an IOU? That's okay.
Yeah, pay me whenever.
It's as good as money.
Everybody has a rainy day sometimes.
You keep it. You look tired. How about you don't suck the cocks tonight?
Yeah, nobody'd be having sex.
Yeah.
That's why none of them act like Mr. Rogers.
No, they gotta crack the whip on them, and then it's tough. It's a tough job being a pimp, and the majority of Marx's clients, like I said, were allegedly military. So yes, the answer is it's still he was near a military base in North Carolina. It sounds like. In fact, many of Marx's victims that were interviewed, and by victims I mean the women that were prostitutes as well, but sometimes forced to be, right? They were interviewed by police, and they said that the majority of their clients were Marines. This, according to Naval Criminal Investigative Service Carolina's Field Office Special Agent in Charge, Sean Devaney, who said at a press conference, "It wasn't the Navy." It was the Marines. Apparently, the victims, aka prostitutes, did not arrange the encounters themselves. Instead, Marx set up the rendezvous with the Marines and referred to the clients as Marines. So he would tell the women you're going to go to this Marine. So far, no other Marines have been charged with anything, as the communications were done pretty well. It sounds like it's kind of like when I had a friend that used to ask me how many slices of pizza I wanted via text, and then I was never surprised when he showed up with weed to sell me, never pizza, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
okay, so
it's not really a paper trail.
Yeah, his text messages.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I was also thinking military base towns are a pimper's paradise, probably.
Oh yeah, this happened in Fort Hood, man. Right outside of Fort Hood,
a lot of
in
stuff
Texas.
Fort Hood.
Similar deal. A guy was pimping to the active duty.
I mean, they deserve it, minus the drugging and the dependency that he was would have been a good thing.
It's a case for legalization.
Let's re-examine that take there, Wes. Who deserves what here?
No, he's saying the military deserve whatever they want, but I mean, not against women against their own will. But yeah,
right.
I'm with you for the most part. The drugs, yes. The women that would, do it if they weren't coerced. Speaking
more
of
ass on every base.
More ass on the. Yep. More marks. More marks.
I mean, that could be a winning.
No, I have a take later that's similar to Wes. Speaking of dealing drugs, Marx did that too, and it was a Marine caught with drugs that rolled on Marx. That was the beginning of the end of this entire empire. They just caught some guy with some drugs, and they're like, "Where'd you get it?" And that led to this entire empire crumbling. That's probably why he was so mad in the mugshot, because some young Marine he sold coke to blew the whole thing up. He sold the good stuff, guys: coke, crack cocaine, meth, heroin, and hookers. Like I said, he was a walking fantasy fulfiller. The dream maker, they called him.
Big five.
Yeah. Lots of people owe him favors, and something tells me the one Marine that ratted him out is going to get fucking murked for ruining it for everyone else.
Oh, yeah. But, I mean, he sounds like a horrible human being. So
Marx is a terrible human being.
He was caught.
Yes, Marx is a terrible human being.
But you're saying the vacuum will be filled.
I'm suggesting that the other Marines that may have been imbibing in any or all of this are going to be pretty pissed at the one guy that stopped it from happening.
Well, for sure. But do you think somebody will surely come in to seize his spot too on the drug?
Yeah.
A pillow with soap.
The demand didn't go away. Well,
pillow with quarters in it. Pillowcase with quarters in it. No, yeah, they're gonna still fuck prostitutes. Well, yeah.
Yeah. They're pissed about this.
Yeah.
That's what they just regulate it, and then we won't have situations
more
like
ass
this.
on every base, as Wes said.
That I agree with. Wes.
Yeah.
All right, boys. Being that Fat Boy Summer is on the way, and one of the rules of Fat Boy Summer is to pay it forward, help a stranger out. The story is a good lesson of what not to do in order to fulfill that duty. So I don't know about you guys, but I donate to Goodwill, and I want everyone to know it. And guys, donation maybe. Sorry. Are you guys donation guys, like those big bins around town? Some with some clothes in it.
Yeah. I don't fucks with the bins because I heard stories about the bins.
I go to Goodwill, like U.S. There's a huge one down the street, and I donate like old clothes and old electronics, like laptops and whatever.
So Goodwill. I used to go to Goodwill. I now go to a different local charity here because the Goodwill in my neighborhood got shut down. I'm pretty sure because the guy who was collecting donations there was out of his mind and may have tried to set it on fire.
Probably,
Goodwill,
yeah.
the Goodwill.
You
Tried
know,
to set the
Yes,
Goodwill on fire?
in my neighborhood. Yeah, anytime you'd go to drop off something at this particular Goodwill, he would be like smoking a cig like in the doorway, and
People are running
just-
for their lives.
Dude, he just like, complained to you that nobody ever checks in on him. And then all of a sudden there was like a big, like, I think a fire. I don't know, some type of incident. There was a disturbance.
You're describing the literal character from Office Space with the red stapler. He kept muttering
Milton.
about how no one, Milton. He kept muttering about how
Right.
no one would
It
take
was
care
like-
of him, and then
it was
then he burnt
basically-
down the fucking
Burn
Yes.
the Goodwill down.
and it's been shut down ever since. That was around the start of COVID. It's been shut down ever since.
Goodwill is tight, but like the CEO of Goodwill makes like $2.3 million a year. And I don't know, man. The show, I get it. Like it gives jobs to people that
a
need
lot
them,
of
which is
Goodwills, man.
Yeah, there's tons of
What do you
Goodwills.
want him to make? Nothing.
2.3 million. It's Goodwill. It sounds
Well,
like
what was that
very
guy
Goodwill.
making who smokes cigs in the doorway? Like I think probably 50 cents an hour.
I don't know.
Yeah, something like
What's
that.
your point? Wes?
Well,
He was getting to
Well-
sort. He was getting to sort through the pile. Well, that's
Yeah.
about it.
Well, look, there are a lot of people out there who want to help the less fortunate. It's something we should all do if we can. But what Goodwill wants fortunate folks to know is that not even poor folks want your fucking trash. So stop donating it. Nobody wants your broken flashlight or Mark, your old laptop or
Hey, it
your dirty underwear or headless Barbie dolls. You might be thinking there's 0.001% chance there's a little girl out there that loves playing with headless Barbie dolls. Chances are that they don't, and you should just throw that shit away. But Goodwill wants everyone to know they're very cautious about sending this message out because they don't want to be reprimanding their donors. But they've had enough of your shit. They need you. They depend on you. But America is not a third world country, and Goodwill doesn't want your cat piss stained sofa. Just throw it away. Don't drop it off on their fucking doorstep. It's not a dumping ground. From one Goodwill representative, if you wouldn't give it to your judgy mother-in-law, then don't donate it. That's the rule they want you to live by. Okay.
Yeah, but remember that time I found a sniper rifle at that Goodwill by your house, Wes?
I do. Yeah.
That was weird.
Yeah.
I posted
That was-
that to the internet. Goodwill contacted me very shortly thereafter.
Yeah, what? Which location was this? Yeah.
It was the one on like
No, that's what they
Grove-
asked you.
Yeah, exactly. That's
Yeah.
what they asked me. They
Yeah,
they wanted
full-on
to know very
rifle?
quickly. It was a
Yeah, it was a
full-on
rifle.
sniper rifle with the scope, and it was set up in the prone position.
Yeah. Yeah. That was crazy.
That's a pretty nice find at a thrift shop.
Yeah, I should
Yeah.
have bought it.
They also want you to know that they don't repair shit. There isn't like a little workshop in the back with fucking elves fixing broken lawnmowers or TVs. So throw them away if you don't want them.
I'm just picturing people driving by and throwing bags out of the cars.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, Goodwill's a little on a high horse here.
Yeah.
Isn't this their entire revenue stream is collecting fucking goods?
Taking
look,
your shit, selling it to other people, and then paying the CEO $2.3 million a year. Will
Yeah.
People are just donating too much shit. They also want you to know they are on to you with your late night donations full of shit, which one spokesperson said many people
Now
do.
well, don't accept them then. Don't accept them if they're not dropped off inside the store.
the late night drop.
Yeah,
The drop is such crap.
I've done this before. Saying we know that you know that we don't take that shit, which is when certain people wait till they're closed, then they dump that shit on their doorstep after hours. It's here. You deal with this shit loophole that people are exposing. But guess what? It costs Goodwill a shit ton of money to deal with all that trash. So in the end, you are hurting them and cutting into money that they could use to help people. And look, I know I donate to Goodwill, but I'm not perfect. You might think I am. During the pandemic, when Goodwill was closed, I knew I should not donate a bag of clothes I had sitting around, but I was tired of looking at it. So one night I drove by and I dropped that shit off and said, "You're welcome," to nobody as I drove into the night. But what can happen is those clothes can get rained on, they can get infested with bugs, and then it just becomes a mess for Goodwill to deal
Or
with. So-
the guy tried to set the store on fire and that store's not open anymore and
Right.
they can't, the clothes will just sit there forever because they
It
don't,
sounds
they
it
don't
sounds
even
like
keep their stores open.
it sounds like
Right.
Goodwill doesn't want to be a company anymore. They're just
Right.
like,
Goodwill just needs to
Don't-
just hang
just-
up
yeah.
the cleats. Get out of here, Goodwill. Just get
just go donate something nice in person to the person.
right. No, there's a nice like local church here that takes donations. They didn't press release about how they hate you for dropping them off,
imagine-
so.
This is
Goodwill's
what they
moving
wanted
into
to avoid.
luxury clothing.
Yeah.
Can you imagine getting invited to the kid of the CEO of Goodwill's house? Like you go over and you go, "Man, this is a sick pool. What does your dad do?" he's like, yeah, he's the CEO of Goodwill. And you're like, this is wrong.
This is wrong.
This is fucking wrong.
Listen, you gotta pay people if you want them to do a good job. I mean,
Then
that's a
you
big
go into a
organization.
Goodwill and you see a dude just ripping a dart inside, complaining that nobody's checked on him in 5 years.
dude. Come on.
Yeah.
Goodwill reached out one time to
Maybe take care of your fucking employees, Goodwill.
Goodwill reached out one time to me about putting a song from a band I managed at the time in a commercial, and they offered us $500 fucking dollars for a national commercial, and that's why I googled the fucking CEO salary, and then I sent that back to them. I said no, but there's something
like-
fishy over here.
They're like, how about a checkers board missing most of the checkers?
Yeah, they did try to pay us in old clothes
Yeah.
as well. There was a gift certificate component.
We got a bunch of VHS tapes you
Like
can
we
sort
have
through.
these sniper rifles
Yeah.
at HQ.
Yeah. Donating VHS tapes is probably something they get a lot of. They just don't want them anymore.
Oh no, you don't need those anymore.
You don't want them anymore. So they're not a dumping ground. That's what they're just peace and love, peace and love. We're not a dumping ground is basically what they're saying. So in short, if you don't know what you can and should donate, ask the donation person or look on Goodwill's website. Don't be afraid to throw your shit away. That's what they want everyone to know. And guys,
Just
last
thinking
year,
somebody else is not going to complain in your face about donating.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm donating to somewhere besides Goodwill next time.
yeah,
This
this
is
is
bullshit.
This is gonna hurt Goodwill, isn't it?
Look at this shit.
This is absolute bullshit.
Look at that sniper rifle that we found at Goodwill.
I
Where
haven't-
do-
I don't
where is
see
it?
yet.
Pull them up.
You
Pull
don't
it
know.
up.
Oh,
You
yeah,
might be the
yeah,
wrong
here-
one.
Did I not share it? I thought I did.
I think
yeah.
you're in the
Yeah.
clean, maybe.
I'll drop it in the video.
Okay. Anyway, last year was rough on everyone, guys. From politics to the pandemic, the entire world was affected in some way or another. That's why it's time for everyone to turn a corner, to move forward from the things holding us back, and to take the lessons we learned in 2020 and apply them to our lives from now on. Turn a corner with therapy. The sooner you start, the further you will go. And that is extremely true. Talkspace lets you send and receive unlimited messages with your dedicated therapist in the Talkspace platform 24/7. With Talkspace, you set goals with your therapist and they hold you accountable and make sure you're really progressing. Therapy can help you shift your perspective, find tools to cope in difficult times, and be a guiding light. You can, in turn, help more people by helping yourself. It's also affordable. It's a fraction of the cost of in-person therapy. Instead of waiting for an appointment, you can send unlimited messages 24/7, and they'll engage with you daily, 5 days a week. Talkspace has thousands of therapists with years of experience in over 40 specialties: depression, anxiety, substance abuse, trauma, anger, whatever your problem is, whatever you're dealing with, whatever's keeping you up at night, it can be solved, and it can be, your fears and worries can be alleviated with some therapy. I highly recommend it. Talkspace is
It's so valuable.
it's so valuable.
Something that you don't think about, but is so valuable.
Yeah.
Talkspace also will never Goodwill you. They'll never be like, oh, you have too many issues. We don't want to talk with you.
Right.
Like Goodwill. Come on.
Yeah.
Talkspace
No.
is there for you.
You can
Talkspace is
drop
great.
your issues off any time of the day.
That's right.
Yep. And again, completely anonymous. No one has to know that you're, getting help, but they're going to be able to see it when you do. They're going to be able to be like, what's going on with you? You're fucking, changing your life around. Great mood. Yeah. Talkspace will do that. As a listener to this podcast, you'll get $100 off your first month with Talkspace. To match with the licensed therapist today, go to Talkspace.com. Make sure to use the code HARDFACTOR to get $100 off your first month and show your support for the show. That's Hard Factor and Talkspace.com. Just do it already.
Hell yeah. Is it time for the TikTok international moment?
It is. Are we going to
it's
do we're gonna, no timer today, right? Because Bubba's gone. We're just gonna
Yeah,
do it?
Bubba's gone.
That's fine. We're just going to do it.
Okay,
Okay.
let's just do it. I'm really excited about this.
Hell yeah.
Okay, so yeah. So if you're new to the show or you're still kind of wrap your head around this, the people that are not in America fucking love TikTok. So whenever we cover not American shit, they just eat it up on TikTok, just like dips, just crunching on them. So we're playing this game on the show where we just do 3 quick international stories, seeing how they crush on TikTok. We'll give you an update at the end of the week to see how we've been doing thus far on TikTok, but slow international news day. So 2 of these stories have to deal with foreigners. We'll see how they go. So
Oh,
here
it's
we
like,
go.
okay,
Oh,
nice. It's like
American
mixing.
citizens.
But that's good.
were-
TikTok also
Yeah.
likes when Americans are good or bad and interacting with the rest of the world so that they can judge us.
Right. So these are foreigners interacting with America. And then the last one, which is the coup de grace, as Wes would say, is the best one. And it has to deal with
As Wes would
with
say.
Mother Russia.
Coup de grace.
So this would be like the first 2 would be like Bono, who was born in Ireland or whatever, but he's
Yeah, well, let's just get into it.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. Irish singer and woman who paid dearly for being early on the Catholic Church being rapey situation, Sinead O'Connor has a new memoir coming out that recounts an insane evening that she spent at the mansion of the late musician Prince. So, according to Sinead, quote, Prince summoned her to his macabre Hollywood mansion, chastised her for swearing in interviews, then harangued his butler to serve her soup, though she repeatedly refused it, and sweetly suggested a pillow fight, only to thump her with something hard he'd slipped into his own pillowcase. Yeah, that was her night with Prince. O'Connor said she was able to escape the house only to see that Prince was stalking her with his car, eventually leaping out and chasing her around the highway. Maybe she should have just eaten the soup. Am I right?
Yeah, eat the soup.
You're right.
Wow.
Have the soup.
Is this a dream? Did she dream this?
Have the soup. Dude.
Do you think he was gonna like change her life? It sounded like Prince like thought he had the recipe to fix her.
I mean, what kind of psycho does suggest a pillow fight and then put something hard in the pillow?
Prince, he must have seen something.
She needs a warm bowl of soup and a pillow fight to fix it.
Right. Okay, next one.
Sit down.
Eat the soup.
Eat the soup.
You should really try the soup. It's delicious. All right. Paul Hogan, the 81-year-old Australian actor famous for being Crocodile Dundee, reminded homeless people in Venice how homeless they are and how not homeless he is when he posted a warning in the form of a sternly worded note outside of his Venice Beach mansion on Saturday. Hogan, who had been bravely quarantining at his beachside pad with his 22-year-old son, is upset with the growing number of homeless and their tent encampments in his neighborhood that were caused by COVID. The note read, "This is my house, not yours," with my and house underlined in the event that the neighborhood vagrants are homeless and stupid. Unfortunately for Paul, the note he posted loosely translates to, "Please take your dumps here" in Hogan.
Oh,
yeah.
That's not a house. This is a house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They left that sticky right on top of the pile of shit.
Oh, yeah. He also said, "I'm like a kangaroo in a Russian zoo. I don't belong here," which I thought was just a weird ass quote. Okay. Last one.
If you guys rewatched Crocodile Dundee's, they're not that great. Sorry, go ahead.
No, they're not.
I watched the one. I watched one recently. I was
Not that great.
It held up pretty good when they're. Yeah, I like.
Sorry,
Tough for old Paul. It's tougher to be in a tent outside your house, Paul, but it's tough for you too. Okay, here we go. Coup de grace. Big asses are all the rage these days, and things are no different in Soviet Russia, but big asses aren't all fun and games. They can be very deadly. And I don't want to speak for the dead here, but I'm assuming that's what Russian man Adair would tell you, but he can't because his 225-pound bride murdered him with her gigantic ass.
Oh, wow.
Meet Tatiana O. Tatiana O and Adair got into an argument while drinking recently, and in an effort to calm her husband down, Tatiana sat on Adair, effectively making him a human whoopee cushion, forcing all of the breath from his body. The official cause of death was asphyxiation.
Nice.
So that's how she calms him down? Is to smother him with her giant ass?
Yeah,
she holding chives.
Shut down his life with her ass. A local Russian news report described Tatiana's action so poetically that, in my opinion, she should consider it as a strong contender to be inscribed on her gravestone. Here lies Tatiana, quote, who strangled her husband to death with her buttocks after drinking too much alcohol. That's a hell of an epitaph.
An ass that'll kill.
But
An ass to die
Tatiana,
for.
she is now the most eligible bachelorette in Russia.
Oh, yeah.
You
Yeah,
have to
people are
think.
lining up for her, yeah.
Look at that poor bastard who's dead now.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah.
Oh, no, that's sad looking at his picture.
Yes, indeed. Nice
Retrospect there.
TikTok, Pat. I think those were all in bounds for international.
We'll see how they do.
Yeah. All right. Terrible.
Tatiana, I have a feeling people would be interested.
We were informed that we had a shitload of like South African people watching our TikToks now, so we're expanding. It's working.
Ooh, South Africa.
Yeah, South Africa. Terrible news for cicada fans and great news for people that can't stand them. Cicadas are out and about by the billions across several states, like from the middle of the U.S. all the way to the East Coast. And they're more than ready to party after 17 years of underground motionlessness, as you know, you would be too. So they, in fact, are partying so hard, the Brood X periodical cicadas, that is, that they are taking drugs and then fucking and partying so hard that their entire butts, dicks, and vaginas are falling right off.
They're partying their asses off
They're partying their asses off.
How do they do that?
from fucking too hard.
Yeah, the fungus, they're eating the fungus. It's called Massospora, which sounds like it translates to a lot of spores, and the spores produce a compound called cathinone, which acts as an amphetamine that makes these cicadas lose their mind and lose control of their body. The fungus then takes over their actual physical bodies and causes them to shed the lower half of their abdomen, but they carry on like nothing's happening because they're so up on amphetamines and don't even feel it, and then they fly around with no genitals looking to score even harder in a sexually hyper-driven mode.
They hump so hard they lose their dump.
No, they lose it from the fungus and then they go humping.
They're like
you're prob-
party zombies.
Yeah, yes.
But their fucking genitals fell off.
They have
They're
phantom
genitalless
bong.
party zombies.
You guys want to hear the cicada song that, like, remember I told you? It was
Yes.
My buddy was watching me have sex. All right, it's hilarious because it's not even a song. It's like one line. It goes like this: "We are the cicadas, and we come up underground from every 17 years, and we make a lot of noise, and we make a lot of noise." And that's it.
That got you
Wow.
laid?
That got me laid.
Singing that to a girl?
Singing that in karaoke.
Holy shit.
I mean, it
He
takes a
wrote
lot of
that.
confidence.
She was
to
very
do that.
taken.
Yeah. She was
Yeah,
like,
it takes a lot of alcohol.
But it's also true. I mean, your points were all very valid.
Yeah,
they're
warmer.
loud as fuck. and they're-
Actual, factual
I
song.
love that song, and I think maybe it needs to be the theme song for the Half a Pack with Wes.
The cicada.
Intro the show with that
catchy.
bad boy. Yeah,
Yeah.
it is very catchy. And you guys might be wondering how do these genitalless cicadas bang with no dicks, butts, and vaginas? And the answer is that the fungus grows where the jennies were. So they're just like, here, I got a picture of them. They're just like they
A mushroom dicks.
They lose their dicks, and then the fungus grows back. And it's like this they used to have dicks and stuff, but now they've got this
Wait,
like white fungus.
So they
balls
try to have sex with somebody with the fungus?
with the fungus. Yes, and
Which
then
must
and
spread
then
the fungus.
it's transmissible, Pat, and it's like an STD. So now they're transmitting the fungus to the people that didn't have the fungus because they're just humping the shit out of them. It also turns them like super gay, but like I guess like just not only not just gay, like just they're open for whatever. It's like the guy cicadas that normally only bang the chick cicadas are also like popping their fungus ass out and taking it from male cicadas.
wow.
But they just get like they turn into like Marlon Brando, like a zombie Marlon Brando.
This is the equivalent of like if you got crabs and then the crabs ate your dick off and then formed a dick
Yes.
out of themselves.
Yes.
And then
It made you want to have sex with people.
when you went to go bang someone with your dick that you thought was your dick, but it's your crab dick, then they infect that person. Wow.
That person also gets a crab
Yeah.
dick.
It's been described. The fungus has been described as creating a gender-bending death zombie fungus, or Demi Lovato. I just made that one up because of the first story. Sorry, that was on the fly. Sorry,
No, I mean, I was
Yeah.
thinking like, it does, it's,
sorry to Demi Lovato fans. My bad. The
well, but
same
if they're
fungus.
going any direction, right? I don't know.
The same fungus, Massospora, is also ingested by the yearly cicadas, but for them it acts as a psychedelic, like magic mushrooms, not an amphetamine like it does for the periodical cicadas, because they're yearly, so they're a little more chill. The Brood X ones only get out of the ground every 17 years, so they can't be chill. They have to really get jacked up on the amphetamines and fuck their brains out. They normally only live for 4 weeks. This affects like 5 to 10% of cicadas. It normally only lives for 4 weeks anyways, so a lot of
They're
them just don't
so
get the fungus.
unchill though. Have you ever
Yeah.
the noise? Is anybody on here a cicadas fan?
Stan? No.
Like a big time cicadas fan?
I used to.
Wes usually sang a song about it.
I like my favorite part about it, I used to deliver drywall and my buddy Thomas, and he was deathly scared of cicadas. So every time it was one summer, every time I wanted to laugh, I would just pick up a cicada and throw it at Thomas, and I would be just hysterical. 'Cause
My
That's not
dad.
funny.
it was amazing. No, it was fun.
I need to see Wes and my dad in a grocery store together because they're the exact same on cicadas too.
Yeah.
because they
They
like
torture people with cicadas.
oh yeah, he's a big time cicada torturer, big time. If he knows that you're squeamish with the cicadas, he's just he's crushing you with cicadas.
He'll hold you
all-
down.
It's in your
all
sandwich.
summer long.
You will put one in your mouth.
all summer long.
Like a kid that does the spit loogie and holds it
No,
in.
like the cicadas aren't
Yeah.
Yeah,
here. Yeah.
Oh, that's a long summer. And you know who probably wishes his wife was a cicada and that her butt fell off so that she couldn't use it to suffocate him to death? That
Oh, yeah.
Russian guy, Adar, from Pat's story earlier. We have to go back to him and expand on this, guys.
Okay.
It's too good of a story.
More
That's,
details.
that's right. Yeah. Look how small his head is. Of course, she,
What's wrong with
he
that?
had no
guy?
chance.
He's so happy though. He was so happy
Oh, man.
until it all went south.
Normally, his face was turned inwards to the ass, but this time
Look
it was-
how happy he was here when they look at them as a couple.
She'll
Oh,
never.
wow.
She'll never kill me. That's right. That's right. Well over 200.
Only good can come from this ass.
Well over 200-pound Russian woman, Tatiana O, sat on her husband's face, as you heard earlier, during a booze-inspired argument and refused to let him go, even though he was begging for forgiveness. And he died face down in his mattress with her butt on the back of his head. So she just sat on him into the mattress.
Oh no,
and
she
killed
just
him.
killed him.
Yeah, and look,
He was less sexual than I had imagined.
Wasn't that like literally like the backstory of the principal from Happy Gilmore?
yes, it was. And look at her. She could have done it a lot faster if she used her cans. Those things look like a bra maker's worst nightmare.
Yeah, look at the green onion she's never eats that she's holding as a prop in this photo.
No, a green onion is a fat person's vegetable because it's just really like it's really an herb, you know.
Yeah.
It's like it's just a flavoring.
Yeah. It's just an herb. It's just.
Hashtag Fat Boy Summer. Green onions.
Well, look. To make matters even worse for this story, Adar's daughter. By the way, she was described as his daughter. Not sure if that's because Tatiana is a stepmom or if the young girl renounced her as her mom after walking in on Tatiana sitting on her dad's face and him flailing around. The young daughter walked in and was like, "Daddy's in trouble." So she ran out of the house to get help for her father. A neighbor woman came over and saw Tatiana sitting on Adar's face and like a bunch of empty vodka bottles around. And she said, yeah, no thanks. I'm not next. And she just ran out of the house and was like,
Right.
let him die. She's like, no one in that town messes with Tatiana when she's drunk. You just have to hope she gets off you before full-blown asphyxia sets in. Asphyxia, like it did for Adar. Yeah,
Menace.
Fucking terrifying.
yeah, so I mean, she's
She's a monster.
she's in jail right now, probably sitting on people's faces for extra portions of borscht. But you
Killed
know,
that guy in front of his daughter.
people know not to fuck with her in that town.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
That
Well,
was
in the
he-
TikTok
that's
moment,
heavy
it
news.
seems so cheeky.
No, if you come across her,
Yeah, she meant it. Yeah,
She's a legend.
she meant
yeah,
to do it.
she's a legend. And that's gonna do it for Hard Factor, guys. You guys have anything to say?
Not much to say.
Yeah. Let's ride.
Buy the dip.
Buy the dip.
Buy the dip. Keep your eyes out for the crypto show dropping any moment. Get on patreon.com/hard factor if you're trying to send in the car tier with
Send in the car.
yeah, send in the car and do trivia with us on Friday night.
See you guys Friday night. You'll see you tomorrow too. But have a great fucking day.